Hello everyone, how's it going? My name is Impeccable, and welcome back to our Satisfactory playthrough. I hope that everyone's doing good today. Today we've got a rather important stream because finally, after the last week or so of collecting all of our rocket fuel logistics, we've now got everything ready. The only problem is, I don't necessarily know what we are going to be doing for our rocket fuel factory. Luckily, I have done quite a lot of off-camera maths because I am a Satisfactory nerd, but essentially this is what we are going to be needing to make our rocket fuel, and we've done all the resource calculations, which is great, which is also rather important considering the majority of them are coming in from this direction. Not all of it, but most of it, other than the sulfur and the, well, I suppose, and the crude oil, which I'm not yet collecting, but that will be done today as well, and a couple other bits and pieces here as well. But something that I want to try and figure out today is how many machines am I going to need? Because I know what I've got to make, which is great, but how many blenders am I going to need to actually make the rocket fuel? How many water extractors? How many refineries to turn all of our heavy oil residue, or even crude oil, into heavy oil residue? And I'm pretty sure heavy oil residue and water requires more blenders as well. Not quite sure on that one, but I'm relatively confident. Hope that you're doing good, Vinod. Welcome to the stream, man. Welcome to the live stream. But the very first thing that we are going to be doing today is this. And I know you might be wondering, what the heck is this? Imagine this is currently where we are trying to build right now. Out here. This is the ocean. And this is also where our factory is actually going to end up being. So, let's try and figure out exactly what this factory is going to end up looking like. I do want to try and draw something out here. I've thought about like a very, very brief sort of design. It's going to end up looking like this, I think. Some sort of fort design. I'm standing up here a little bit. Now, will it look exactly like this? I hope not. But you get the rough idea. But essentially, that's the plan. I want it to look like some sort of fort. Although, we are going to be having quite a lot of water extractors around here as well. I don't necessarily know how many, but we are needing 4,000 water. So 4,000 divided by 120. Okay. Is that it? Because each one makes 120 water per minute, so only 34. That's not too bad at all. So what I could actually try and do here is have some sort of main entrance, if I go back to black here for a minute. We can have some sort of entrance here, a pathway or whatnot, I don't know. But that can go there. We could then have 10 water extractors on each side. Just like so. There. So regarding our water extractors, that's going to be super simple to do. It's right next to the build. We can get water in nice and simply, and that shouldn't be too overcomplicated. I'm honestly surprised by how simple that actually is. And that's just to make our fuel there as well. Okay. So I believe that's going to be the overall design. Now, we've got a road coming into here, don't we? So let's try and draw that out. So this is currently where I'm standing. This is our conveyor belt highway. I think what I wanted to do is actually come up to around about here. Then what I want to have circling this entire thing, in fact, I'll actually draw the line out. Everywhere here in blue, I want to have another road. Just like that. Going around the entire project, but not these pieces out here. Instead, I'm going to leave this, that, and, well, not that one, as potential drone ports for the future. So I am going to be getting some, I think it's, yeah, sulfur and nitrogen gas from somewhere down over there. So I might as well leave these empty for now, place down some drone ports. I don't know how wide these are going to be, but if I can fit, in theory, just one drone port in each one of these, that's more than enough. But I'd rather try and squeeze together 4, so I have 4, 8, 12. That should be plenty. I don't think I'll need anything else here. So that's going to be our rough design, some sort of fort idea. But like, the very first thing that I want to try and do, though, is first of all respawn. I then want to try and finish all of our main logistics, because I've just remembered there's a couple more things I've got left to do, And I also do want to try and gather our crude oil today as well, which I don't think will be that difficult a task, but I do need to get it done though. In fact, maybe it will, because I'm thinking about extending the road out, so let's see. Welcome number 77, hope that you're doing good. Just broke into this game again a few days ago. You still haven't completed 1.0, but you're excited to dive back in. Yeah, 1.0 is definitely a pretty big challenge. I do want to try and finish it in this playthrough, but as you can see, my PC is already having second thoughts about that. You completed the 1.0 after plenty of sleepless nights. Great game, 10 out of 10, loved every second. Yeah, I'm really having fun playing this game. So far, I've sunk about 3, maybe 4,000 hours into this game now. I'm still really enjoying it. I'm trying to expand my knowledge of this game as holy, I was upside down there for a second. I'm trying to expand my knowledge of this game as well, just to try and improve as a player, I suppose. Go up. Wow. My finger is on the space button there for about 5 seconds until anything happened, but oh well. So the reason as to why I'm flying back over here is because we finished all of our logistics in our conveyor belt highway, which is here, which is hidden underneath our road. Tactical placements, yes I know. And let's just make sure everything here is connected. So it should all be going to the right place. Okay, yeah, so you're going to go to there, you want to go to there, that's completely fine. Now, you're actually not connected to any sort of power. We have got a power grid coming down here, though. Whether you guys are watching live or on the VOD, by the way, because I don't privatize my stream. Sometimes I make them member only, but rarely. What would you guys give Satisfactory on a scale of 1 to 10? 1 being really not a very good game, you wouldn't recommend it to anyone, or 10 being a fantastic game that you would recommend? Personally, I'd give it like a 9.9. All it needs now is golf. That'll be a perfect game. Drag you down there by 1. Oh, okay. 21. Yeah, I mean, that's fair. It feels very refreshing playing a game that I could easily sink many hours into and not really notice the time go past. It's easily top 10 games for me, easily. Maybe even top 5, I would say. And I've been gaming since the age of 3, so actually technically since the age of 2. So I've played quite a few games in my time, but this is definitely one of my favorites. Okay, you're not the right one. Which one is the right one, though? Is it you? Never get it right first try, do I? That one. Because I've got 2 that look almost identical. Catch being, they are not identical. At all. 9.8? Yeah. It's good. Welcome, the YouTube. I hope that you're doing good. Welcome to the stream. And welcome to everyone that's watching today. Whether it's your first time here, or you've been here before, it's always a pleasure to have you guys tuning in. You completely finished 1.002. 100 times, 100 hours until you finish it. Wow. Only 100 hours left to go. I think, you know what, I'm probably like less than 100 hours away from finishing Rocket Fuel. Not from beating... No, not from beating this, no chance. The thing is, right, I take my time doing weird projects like this. Like, is this conveyor belt highway necessarily the most important thing I could be working on right now? No. Is it fun to be working on? Yes. But swings and roundabouts. There we go. Yeah, like if someone who, let's say, played a lot of Call of Duty or, God forbid, Fortnite was to play this game, they probably wouldn't like it as much as someone who, as you say, is into automation games. Sometimes I do realize the way I describe this game can sound really boring to some people. Like, I could spend dozens of hours automating iron products, and some people will look at that like, why on earth would you want to do that? Sometimes I haven't got a very good rebuttal other than because I like it. Which I think is a strong enough rebuttal, honestly. Can I please select that? There we go. Oh wait, you're already connected? It looked like it was overlapping there for a minute. In fact, oh wait, no, it's fine. Okay, great. So you're now doing you, which is brilliant. Now I have to make sure to drag you down to the very end. Select straight mode, which is it actually going to be straight today? I don't know. Oh, okay, well, it's going to do that. Sure. Welcome, Yoti. Hope that you're doing well. Welcome to the live stream. Thank you, by the way, chat, for all the support on the recent video. I'm glad that a few of you guys managed to enjoy it. It was nice reading through the comments. And thank you, by the way, for the comments on the community post. I do appreciate that. It's been a rough couple days, but yeah, life goes on. Right, so where are you going to line up with? Oh, okay. That's kind of annoying. Right, so what's the blueprint that I need for you? I think it's this one, isn't it? Again, why have I designed a foundation for my miners when there's no need? I don't know. I don't know. Wait, what did I do? Oh, okay, there we go. Right, I suppose that's pretty much where I wouldn't mind you. Maybe bring you up a little bit, then move you forward. Although I don't really want to move you any further than that. Yo, thank you very much to Mr. Norzek for the sub. Thank you very much. That's very kind of you. There. There. No, down. There. Somewhere here. And again, move you forwards. And preferably you do have to come forwards by quite a bit, but if I was to leave you there, that should actually be okay. I make sure that's in there? Okay, I can. You then go up to here. You know what? This is actually going to be fine. Have I got my hover pack? Yes. Lovely, that's far better. Wow. I keep forgetting I have the hover pack. It's one of those items which, before I started streaming, I used to never really use. That's one of the very, very, very few things I've changed from playing this game off camera to playing this game on camera, is the hover pack. There's no reason as to why I never used to use it, I just didn't bother. No, it's very good. I was just so used to not using it though. And finally we do this one over here as well. Yeah, little Tommy. He was very, well, weak. Well, no, he was extremely strong, but by the end he was weak. Do the right thing. What if we put all resources of the grassy fields to the lower west coast? So that's going from roughly here to here. Unless you mean upwards. Because the grass field is in the very lower west. Unless you mean like just north of the waterfall. You could do that. That's definitely a possibility if that's what you're talking about. Reason why not? That's too wide. Bring you up to here. Yes, that's much better. Then bring you straight down. Connect you into there. Are you sharded up? You are not sharded up. Wow. Luckily, we have got 400 shards on us. That's rather handy. There you go. 600 per minute. Brilliant. You should be 600 per minute. You are. And you should be, I think, 300. You're only an impure node, unfortunately. Yeah, that's completely fine, though. So we have a bit of a sandwich going on here. We've got normal, impure, normal. But I think our work here is done. Why are you yellow? You shouldn't be yellow. Oh. And that's why I double check things. Rule number 1 of Satisfactory. Double, triple, quadruple check. Because odds are, especially if you're me, you've got it wrong. But now everything should be fine. I want to try and make my way here to our conveyor belt highway to make sure that everything here is completely fine. Why have I got my chainsaw equipped? Just get rid of it. I don't need it. Lovely. Where is it? There it is. Brilliant. Brilliant and... surprisingly brilliant. Okay, wow. The last thing I have to try and get now is my sulfur, which is all the way down over there. There's two things I can do. One, I can come down here along my conveyor belt highway and just do a couple jumps using this. Or two, I could use my hypertube tunnel. But the problem is though, this is actually quicker than using the hypertube. So why did I build it? I just thought it looked nice, really. In fact, we're actually beating the call right now. Damn. You've told some people about Satisfactory, and only 2 of them thought it was interesting. Yeah, that's the thing, isn't it? It appeals to a certain audience, but if you're part of that certain audience, you will like the game. I can almost guarantee, if you are into the factory automation genre, you will like Satisfactory. If you're not interested in the genre, it might not be the game for you. It just depends on the person, though, as well. Because I was never into factory automation until I started playing this game. And here we are. Many moons later. Brilliant. So I can actually start to get rid of you now. Because this is where our extra sulfur node's going to be. But it would be coming from all the way around there, so there's no point in me having this here. All good? Yes. Yeah, thank you very much again for everyone tuning in. Hope that you guys are having a nice day so far. No, there we go. Some things can be rather finicky. Especially when you've only got like 5 frames. What's going on here? The lag. That's most peculiar. Oh well. That doesn't seem like 780 items per minute. It should be. 480. And what's the limit on our Mark 4 conveyor belts? 480. So what I think has happened here, particularly with this one, is that our conveyor lift is still stuck to the Mark 4 conveyor lift rather than Mark 5. That's not a problem. I'll double check my sulfur node here. I'll get this done. I'll then go back and make sure that's okay. Because that's a huge problem if I don't get that solved. Luckily, I will get it solved. But if I didn't, then pain. There we go. Don't want to run out of fuel here. There we go. An upgraded belt. It's probably the conveyor belt lift. I wouldn't be surprised, because I've done that mistake, I think, once before. There we go. How's our inventory looking? It's completely filled up. Okay, I was going to say there should be a dismantle crate then. Right, I can probably upload you. Yep. You. Yep. I can just get rid of that. Go. So, Mr. Sulfur Node, you will be coming from somewhere up here. Let's just try and figure out exactly where. And I'm not really too fussed about making this particular one look very nice. Because this area... oh, there's a slug around here, apparently. Because this area will be changing massively over the course of the next couple of months. However, that's not going to impact today's livestream. So, I just want to try and get our sulfur coming down here. If I've got to change in the future, I've got to change it in the future. It's alright. Come on, keep going. Nice. And it should be right in front of us. There we go. It is. Brilliant. So, Mr. Sulfur Nodes. In fact, you're actually much closer to here than I thought you'd be. I wouldn't necessarily want you here, I suppose. Oh dear. I've lost power. That was a bit close. Oh dear. Right, let's plop down our Mark III miner. Which luckily, we have got so many Mark III miners now. Can afford a lot, which is great. The best recipe videos are great, really helped a lot, and you're feeling... And about the belting a grassy field resource of the power west coast. We were planning it just to be curious if we could face issues doing that. Let me try and bring up the Satisfactory map. When it works. Nice. Epic. You know it's going to be a good PC day when you can't even load an application? Oh well. Oh, and that's a line. So the... What? I can't move the... Bugs. Wait. Fine now? No, okay, it's bugged. Let me just restart the application. Because, like, the grass field is in the southwest. What? Why can't I move the map? That's normally how you're supposed to move it, like that. That's kind of annoying. I can't move the map anymore. Great. Okay, I'll zoom in then for you guys. I do... No. No, that's bugged. Essentially, my entire PC is struggling to run any application right now because it's quite old. Which isn't too bad for you guys for the videos because you don't really see any of it. But off camera, this is a pain in my backside. The grass fields is down there. So, the southwest coast. This is the southwest coast. Unless you mean up here. Running a conveyor belt highway from here to there won't be a problem. You could either do it in blueprints, which could help. Or if you're trying just to do a very simple conveyor belt highway, then you could just build it by hand. Have a couple of foundations and you can get there pretty easily. And you're basically at the western coast. But luckily, because the biomes are basically touching each other, you should be alright. So I can't imagine that being a massive problem. There we go. Okay. Make sure that we get our 4-meter foundation plopped down. Just so I can try and snap it onto the world grid. Remember to hold down control if you guys have got a foundation. Because then it snaps it to the world grid, which means that all your factories are built on the exact same grid, which is quite handy. Wish I knew that sooner. Thinking here. Let's do it. Brilliant. Okay. No. And set you to 780. Unfortunately, I can't set it to 1200 because I haven't got a belt that can handle that. You can get Mark 6 conveyor belts which do handle 1200 items per minute, but I am so far away from unlocking it, I'm not even thinking about it. Right, then you're just going to come out by... one foundation? There should be good. Yep. And just straight down. Again, this will most likely be changing every couple weeks or so for the next month and a half. We go double tap C twice there on the hover pack just to go straight down. I don't necessarily enjoy doing rough things like this. I'd rather make everything look nice and neat. But the truth is, everything here will be underground, basically. Everything below this blueprint designer won't be visible to the public eye. So, I think we can get away with our little crime here. Oh dear. Collecting the resources in this area because it was... yeah, that's a good idea. whenever you find terrain like this, and what I try and do anywhere, is that rather than having a train station up there next to your SAM nodes, and a train station next to the Sulfur node, and a train station next to the Caterium, try and get all the difficult to reach nodes. Bring it to one centralized, preferably flat location, then have one train station. This saves you on your train stopping every minute. It saves the trouble of having to build your train on such difficult to reach terrain. I realize when I pronounce terrain, it sounds like I'm saying train wrong. Terrain. Look at that T-rain. Anyway, English is a weird language. Right, so I think I'm going to get rid of that and keep you. In fact, I was recording a video a couple days ago. It was on Friday I was recording the video. And I noticed that I pronounce call and call the exact same way. As in call the raw resource and call like, you can call me later. Call. 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 Nah. Doesn't matter. We should just go back to Latin or something. How does that curve work? No idea, but you know what? It's fine. Oh, that's hideous. Wow. The good news is, though, that now means that we have got a resource on every single one of our conveyor belts and our pipes, which is carrying all of our nitrogen gas. T-Rain. A very famous dinosaur, the T-Rain X, sorry. I very quickly want to try and do now is just double check that everything here is fine. The last thing that I want to be doing is having conveyor belts that can handle 780 items per minute, but conveyor belt lifts that can only handle 480, because I'm not getting all the resources I actually need. There we go. Okay. This is a serious problem, so I'm actually quite happy we saw it, to be honest. I don't think it would have been tragic today, but the day when I would have needed all the resources, it would have sucked. There we go. This is all completely fine now, I believe. Great. Okay. So you're done. The area with a lot of water. You're planning a gigafactory there. Putting all the resources. Oh, have fun. That should be a good project. I try and get to the other side here. Yes. You'll find there's nothing coming out of there just yet. Okay. Right. Something tells me that I might have done this quite a lot. And I can't go through that. Nothing coming out of there just yet. Oh dear. The reason why everything is Mark 4 conveyor belts rather than Mark 5 is because originally, when I built this blueprint, I only had Mark 4s unlocked, so I just did everything as a Mark 4. Although now I recently unlocked Mark 5s. I say recently, it was like 2 weeks ago. Oh well. Let me deselect that, because the noise of every single one of those power poles hitting my hover belt there is just going to annoy me. All of them are just the dune deserts. Well, for me, I don't know. It depends on the factory that I'm building. There we go. Put that over there as well. Grand. And how are you lot doing? Yep. 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 Lastly, yep. Great. Okay, so the only problem seems to actually be the conveyor lift at the very top. Everything else, as far as what I can tell for now, seems to be alright. Yeah, so far, I am having quite a lot of fun playing this. 10 out of 10 would recommend. And very quickly, I forgot to mention this at the very start. I did comment it towards the start of the stream. But if you guys are having trouble typing anything into the actual chat itself, if YouTube keeps saying message is deleted or error sending message, that is not me or the moderators blocking your message. Just to be clear, that is YouTube bugging out for some weird reason. Although I've noticed if you completely close the chat, not the stream, because the stream doesn't fix, if you close the stream it doesn't fix it. But if you close the chat, then reopen the chat, it should work again. I don't know why it's doing that. I have no idea. I don't know how long it's been going on for. However, it's rather annoying. So I do apologize for that. It's not anything on my end. It's just YouTube being YouTube. Welcome to Ultra Fish. Hope that you're doing good. Good luck with computer unless you're... Yeah, my computer is... Oh dear. It's struggling. But it's alright though. It's all part of the experience. I was watching a video the other day of this game called Total War Rome 2. I know, very off topic compared to Satisfactory. But long story short, in this game you can fight with massive armies and do massive battles. And I was watching one battle where it was these factions fighting against each other. And I believe they were controlling 40 units each. And in total it's somewhere near... It was like 24,000 troops, like units. And if my PC tried that, it would decombust, let's just say. It wouldn't last a minute. Oh wow. So what am I going to do now? Well, essentially, like I was showing you guys a bit earlier there, if I've still got it open. Do I still have it open? I do. This is now the factory that I want to try and make. But I also want to try and make some blueprints here for the actual outside parts. So, that is what we are going to be doing now. I don't necessarily know how high or how tall we're going to be making everything, but I just want to try and get a base understanding of what I'm going to be doing, because so far, this means nothing, but it means something to me. Now it's time to make it, you know, like, productive? That could be good. And the way that I want to try and do this would be a blueprint connecting essentially the water to our factory. And then we'll then be connecting our road to this blueprint. So it's potentially going to be complex, but it'll be a hopefully fairly simple build. I don't know. So. Only the grass fields for now? Fair enough. Alright, so I can come out here by 5. I want to go up by 2 foundations minimum. In fact, minimum or maximum? No, you'll just be the base, so I suppose we'll go up by 3? 3 should be fine. Then what we'll do here is have something like this. I'll get rid of you. I'll then add... I could go for an 8-meter wall, but in fact, can I try a 2-meter? No, that's just not a thing. Actually, yeah, it is. If I go to here, then go to roof. What if I was to try this? Oh, there is a spider crawling up my wall. Cool. So you're 2 meters, yeah. Yeah, you can actually come up to her. That's fine. Yo, that actually looks terrible. Let's never do that ever again. Right, it's back to you. There. And this will then be coming straight down. Have some pipes like our previous design, because that worked. I did want the pipe somewhere in here, so you know what I might even try and do? Okay, apparently that was going to work, so we'll do that. I'll do this. Then I'll come down. I can. Please. Please, hello, hello, please. We'll do this. We'll then go into customizer, paint you guys a nice dark color, beautiful. That will work. Will work. Same with you. Same with you. Followed closely by, where is it? Architecture. You. That. Then you go up by exactly 3 foundations. That seems rather decent. Like, this will be a rather basic construction. And I want it to be. I don't want it to be anything overly annoying. Which I know is fairly odd for me, but oh well. Just thinking, should I bring you back by an extra 4? That look nice. And finally, when it comes to you, do this. Okay. Oh, look at that for a... Is that a sunrise or a sunset? I don't know, but it's beautiful. Whoops, I took a picture. I was supposed to drink my coffee. These things happen. Welcome, Hooded Figure. Hope that you're doing good, man. We are currently designing our rocket fuel factory. Essentially, it's going to look, well, nothing like this, but it's going to look like a fort, basically. That's the design that I've got. So we've got our conveyor belt highway coming in from over there, with a couple little drone ports dotted around as well. Then underneath, we're going to have a massive logistics floor, like logistics system connecting a bunch of smaller designs together. I then want to try and have like a massive wall coming around the outside here, with a sort of modern looking factory here in the middle as well. So like, I suppose like a castle wall, then something. Honestly, I don't know. I don't know what I'm doing. I haven't got a clue. I don't know what I'm doing. I just hope that it's going to work out well. That's all I can do. Okay. Right. The next course of action here is what I like to call the panicking stage. Which we've already definitely started. Do I want to try and get some fans dotted around here? I feel like that could be quite nice, but not having like 200 fans around this place, that's a bit too much. How about you? I like that. It will do for now. See. Lovely. So yeah, you're going to be coming down from there. You're there. You're not actually built in the right spot, are you? Because you have to face directly south, which should be roughly here. I will realign this a little bit later on by the time that I drag down all of my logistics. So that won't be a massive problem. I just feel like this needs something else. Because what I'm going to end up doing here is coming back here by 2 foundations. Maybe even just 1. But this is where my castle, quote-unquote, castle wall is going to be. Why am I designing a castle? I don't know. I just think it will look rather interesting. Because the way that I do this series is that I always try and build things that I find rather interesting. And I find castle is pretty, like, badass, so... yeah. I think we'll do that. This gives us tons of room for activities along here. Anything else along here? I feel like, you know what it needs? It needs this. I've gone straight past it. I'm so good at this game. Subscribe for more incredible Satisfactory content. Oh dear. That's not bad. Well, that will have to do. Then select you. Yeah. I don't know if this is actually going to work out, but I have got a slight plan here. We're going to go into our pipeline wall holes. Somewhere... here. And select our floor holes. And try and line these up, essentially. That's, and that. Okay. I don't mind that. Now, what colour am I actually going to be painting this particular factory? I suppose like an orange? If I was to go white here, how would that look? It looks pretty generic, but I don't necessarily mind the generic look. So, let's opt for that then. Okay. Is there anything else I can try and add here to make it look interesting? No. Valve's rather interesting. Because these won't be operating as anything in particular, they'll just be here for decoration. Except, not necessarily all of them. Because I need to have 30 of these water extractors, in fact more than that. I think it's going to be roughly 32 water extractors around here. So for some of them, which are going to be just on the outside here of the walls, this is where they are going to enter the facility. We'll see. Let me just save this for now. We'll call it rocket fuel. Foundation. Yep. Good. Change you to a concrete foul. Okay. That one. Sure. Select color. What color even is rocket fuel? I suppose it's like a reddish sort of color, isn't it? It's red mixed with a bit of yellow. So I think I'd opt for a rose. And we'll save that as rocket fuel. Lovely. Give that a quick little save there. Beautiful, innit? You can line things up with control, that is correct. Now let's clear this. Would it bottleneck your fuel? That was just, like, that pipe is just there for looks. So that won't do anything. Like, it won't be connected to anything. It's just supposed to make it look like we are sucking up the ocean. That's basically it. Now, can I try and select, please? Please. Thank you. So you always say please and thank you. Even the Satisfactory gods appreciate it. Now I can get rid of all of you. Which is great. I have made quite a bit of mess below here. You guys didn't see that because I did it off camera, but it's a mess. It's all somewhere down there. Oh well. Then throw you over there. Get you. Right. Get to the edge. And done. And how does that look from over here? Good, the pipes are below the water level. That's what I was kind of worried about. Not worried, just questioning. What I was questioning. Something else I'm questioning is how big do I make this particular area? If I do it 4 blueprints by 4 blueprints, that's rather massive. If I do it 2 blueprints, that's 5 foundations by 2. So that's 5, 10. Minus here, so that's 8. I think it'll be about 8 foundations jutting out here from the main grid. Is that enough? No, maybe 3. We'll go 3 foundations. Where's the center here? Because you're supposed to be dead centered. So what I can do is... Oh, hello there. This. 2 on that side, 2 on that side. Brilliant. Okay, so we do 1, 2, 3. Now, have you actually come out by enough? Like, east side-wise? Because you're coming down there. It's a pretty tight squeeze. It's a very unnecessarily tight squeeze. Although, otherwise, you'll then be interacting with that, so I'd rather not do that. This looks fine. I think we do need a bit more decoration, though. But for our first run, that's actually not too bad. There will be a couple of things that we are... Wait. That we are going to be adding here and there, so don't be too surprised by that. But overall, we'll take it. Welcome, Jacob. Hope that you're doing good, man. And welcome, Italian guys. Good seeing everyone tuning in today. Is it some sort of holiday? We've got tons of people watching today compared to usual. Thank you very much, everybody. The project that we're doing right now is the rocket fuel factory. So we're just trying to get like the foundations for it sorted. We're then going to try and calculate the amount of machines that I'm going to need, and then roughly where exactly am I going to fit it all in. So after we do the architectural design for that, we can then just crack on and get a bunch of really cool things, hopefully squared away today. Looking forward to it. Right, I am going to need you. Lovely. And I'm most certainly going to need you. But if I was to put you here, are you going to come around here? Yeah, you are. Okay, right. Didn't really want that, but let's see how that's going to look. It might look good. It looks fine, actually. In fact, oh, you know what? Okay. I'm going to do it. No, stop. Deadline day has been... I've got no idea where that is, I'm afraid. Boink. There we go. I'm going to boink a line from over there. Add it to here. Ah, you're going to be what I like to call an annoying little bugger. Right. That's fine. It's not going to be dead centered, but I think it should still be okay. I will place you in the dead center, though. And if I was to leave a gap, no, that wouldn't look very good. Nice. I was on the recommendation page. Wow. I'm surprised. Oh well. Do those two colors work together? They work together just as well as Oasis, I suppose. Like, it doesn't work, but at the same time, it somehow does. I don't know. I'll get rid of it for now. If I want to add a bit of color later on, I can just change some things around. There we go. Beautiful. I did say that I wanted to move this forwards by, let's say, 2 foundations, because again, I don't want you to be really interacting with this. Let's see. Let us see. I can also get rid of that. So if I was to bring you forwards there by 2 foundations, this is where you'll end up. You're going to be coming straight down to here. No. In between? No, okay, so I can't physically do that. Drag it out by 1. Oh dear. And same thing for you over here then as well. I suppose one blueprint I kind of have to most likely design is a corner blueprint. How would I do that? Also, how does this look? I'm sure this will look fine. I can't imagine it will look great. By the time that we add the castle wall, I'm expecting it to look a bit better. Yeah, it looks fine. It looks rather industrial, which is the look I'm sort of going for. An industrial castle. Right. I suppose let's do the interior corner first. Which is going to compose of 1, 2, 3. Get rid of that and everything else over here. I'm going to bend it in that way, essentially. So the corner will go from here to there. Like an L shape. It's a corner. I think you guys know what a corner is. Like the other day when I was counting numbers on stream, I was going 1, 2. I forgot that people probably know how to count to 5. If you don't, that's fine. You know, not maths isn't everyone's strong points. But it was counting to 5 though. Great, I'll now select you. So, 1, 2, 3. I'm doing it again, aren't I? Damn it. Congrats at home if you're able to count up to 3 there. The way that I was going to try and do this was flatten it all out, but I want to try something now. Which, in case you guys are new to this channel, by the way, whenever I say the words, I've got an idea, or I want to try something out, fear. It's time to panic. Because it's probably going to be the most diabolical idea you've ever heard. Ever. And that's coming from the guy that, you know, says it. Every time I've had an idea, okay, right. To be honest, whenever I've said I've got an idea, and I've done the idea that I've got, it actually ends up not being terrible. Except I can't seem to get the angle of this right, so I'll just do that. There we go. It doesn't really matter what it looks like from this side, because... Actually, I suppose we might see it because of our logistics flaw. In that case, absolutely do this. Cover it up. They shall never know what goes on behind the walls. Playing Satisfactory, it's like trying to cover up your crime sometimes. When you've made a spaghetti factory, just cover it. Put a massive logistic flaw above it. That's what I do. Like from this side, everything looks completely fine. It looks like a nice little curve. I'll do the lights. Then you come around here and it's like, Mamma Mia. Grab me the bucket. Spaghetti mess is good. I do like a bit of spaghetti every now and then, definitely. Welcome, Mike. Hope that you're doing good. It's a Labor Day holiday. Oh, nice. I don't know what Labor Day is, but if it's a holiday, it's a holiday. I don't know if it's a holiday here as well. I think last Monday there was a day off. Not sure about today. In case you guys missed it, by the way, I won't be here from Friday for the next couple of weeks. I will be away. Unfortunately. There's not really too much I can do about it, because it's kind of important, but... I should be back, though. Not next Monday, not the Monday after that, but the third Monday after that, basically. It's a necessary departure. Okay, then connect these two together. And when I come back, I'm actually going to be making quite a special video. It's a mini announcements video, let's just call it that. Talking about what's happening with the future of the channel, update 1.2. Because I won't be here for the event, as it's like an anniversary event. In case you guys missed my video from a couple days ago, Satisfactory is doing an anniversary event. It sounds like it's going to be pretty awesome. I don't know what it entails, but it should be a pretty fun day. Technically, you guys are actually off-centered now. That's kind of annoying. So I'll make you not off-centered. That. And get rid of you. Oh dear. We are going to have a bit of a gap here now in the middle, which I suppose is okay. Yeah, Vinod, I should be back then. Do I share my blueprints? I don't, but I can. I'm hoping that when this game comes out to console, there's going to be a way to easily share blueprints. Fingers crossed, but let's wait till that day happens. If they do make it easier to share blueprints, I will. I'm not going to lock it behind a paywall. I know that some people do that and that's fine, but that's not really what I want to do personally. So if you want any of the blueprints that I make, you can just have it. If you become a tier 7 member for just £400 a year. Okay, now we're starting to look good. I probably should have checked that before I got rid of the foundations there, but no. I trusted myself, and it seems like it's actually worked out. Okay. How are we looking? I don't mind that. It looks a bit weird, but I like it. I do. How about up here? Everything's completely fine from up there as well. Did I do this back wall in the end? No. Okay, I'll do that. Nay. Oh. Why are you not lined up? Yeah, why aren't you lined up? Oh no, you are. Okay, I thought it was slightly over there, but no, it's not. It's just being weird. No. And we'll do that over here as well, and that should be the corner, well, the interior corner at least done. So I'll save that. Now what I've got to try and do is make the exterior corner, which is basically this, just flipped around a little bit, which is kind of annoying. I've just done this. Let's try and see what we can do here. In fact, what if I was to leave the concrete here and work from the outside? Would, I suppose I have to, don't I? Yeah. Let's see. If I leave the foundation there, then get rid of everything else. So. Counting to 5, you don't know how to do that? I know, I'm sorry. I don't want to be mathophobic. That's probably a thing as well. I'm joking about it, it's probably a real thing. Okay, get rid of all this. Look at all the concrete up. How much concrete is one of these blueprints? Okay, that's actually not that bad. This blueprint's fairly affordable. In case you're wondering how is 500 concrete affordable. Where is it? Yeah. This consumes almost 2,000. 2,000 concrete, 466 iron plates, and hundreds of other resources combined. Because apparently I love to sink my concrete. I don't know what it is, but I love to see it go. Really. Having said that though, we've been making concrete now, livestream wise, for a long time. We've got like a few hundred hours of just producing concrete and storing it. In fact, I've sunk tens of, maybe even 100,000 concrete. More than that now, I'd say. So because I've been saving so much, it's actually not been too bad. If I was to have started this project without saving any of my resources prior, I would be in a really crap position right now. However, because I kept saving resources, by saving resources I've probably got like a good 400,000 items at my starter factory. It now means I'm able to do things that otherwise would now be complicated. It's not hoarding unless it's important. Yeah, for my standards, 573 is basically free. It's nothing. Okay, a hover pack might be ideal for this, because we are dealing with multiple different levels here. Can I try and get my power line from up there? Okay, I didn't really want you, but we'll take it. There we go. Have a couple of these lying around over here, so I never lose power. I built that under the sea. Get that out of there. I meant to place it there. Okay. Now, what exactly did I actually do for the last blueprints? Had 2 of them. Right, okay. You know it's a good blueprint that you've already forgotten what you've done 3 seconds ago. That's how you can tell it's really good. And definitely not bad. No. Anyway, you'll then come back by 2. In fact, probably not the last one though. Right. That's grab you, come back by 2. I believe there might be some overlap going on here, which is a bit of a shame. What has happened there? No. Like that? Quick double check. Or the fish are eels? Yeah, I've killed the fish, haven't I? Darn it. I have made some. Let me try and find the answer to my joke. Some electrics. There we go. Electric is the eel Pokemon. I'm 23, by the way, making Pokemon jokes. It's Jova at this point. Right, if I just get rid of you here for a second, just to make sure I've definitely done this right. Get rid of that. 1, 2, down there. So I think I did do it correct. I just didn't do it correct. Correct. That's the equivalent of me saying everything was completely perfect except for the parts that weren't perfect. Which, factually, is true. That is true. Everything was perfect except for what wasn't perfect. However, it's just, it doesn't work like that though. Right, for the inside bits here, I think I need these, don't I? Yes. There we go. Do I like that? I mean, it does its job. I've got no idea what this is going to end up looking like. Good or bad, I will see it through. Let's try it. If you could share the Google Drive link for your blueprints in a video description. Yeah, if I ever do share my blueprints, I'll make a whole video talking about it. It'll be a short video like, hi, I'm sharing my blueprints now, you can get it for free here. And that's it. But yeah, I will then link my Google Drive for that. No problem. It's definitely something I have considered. It's not one of those things I'm just never going to do. It's on my considered list. Hopefully one day we can do it. But anyone curious, by the way, why am I not building the wall up to here? It's because of Zed snapping. If I was to build the wall to here, paint it a slightly darker colour, then do something like this. Sometimes what may happen, which of course it doesn't happen now that I'm talking about it, is Zed snapping. So this might glitch through the floor and looks terrible. You've probably seen it before if you play this game for a while. It's not very nice. It's just one way to try and get rid of it. It does mean spending more resources, but I mean, again, it's okay. I don't mind spending resources on this game. And there you go. I think that's the corner pretty much done. The final thing that I've got to try and do is paint you guys here as well. And you're already done. Great. Now let's try and work on the actual design itself, which isn't really that complicated. It's a very similar design what I've used already before this playthrough. And purposely, it's also rather similar with this as well, but again, I've Kind of done that on purpose though, because I want it to be similar. I'll be incorporating that into this project here as well in just a few minutes. No. There we go. Okay, next plan is to do this. So. And regarding our little water pumps, let's have them here. Why not? Welcome to everyone watching over on Twitch as well, by the way. Good to have you guys watching. Let's close that. Close that. There we go. Just so I can actually read your messages better. Nice. Okay. You. Where's the middle point going to be now? Here. Let's go with this. You should be lined up? No. How are you off? Oh, that's actually... No, that's fine. I was forward there by one. Lovely. Should all be lined up. That. And essentially repeat that one more time over on this side. Where's the middle going to be? Here. We take that. We're not quite done just yet. Can I try and select you somehow? Yes, that actually worked. No way. Okay, why are you so far away? Right. So you're in the right spot. You're not. Well, the ones behind me have to try and move now. Move to where? Yeah? Yeah, that's correct. So that is all done now. Brilliant. I think the only thing left to do now is just a couple more decoration bits around the outside. Isn't really that bad. I think it should look a bit nicer as well when I've combined a few of these blueprints together. Fingers crossed. Already been live for an hour, by the way, that's crazy. The first hour on the streams always just flies past. It just does. Luckily the second hour is always a little bit slower. I never feel like I accomplish enough in the first hour. The second hour is normally really good. And the last hour is just well, the last half an hour is just a bit of a shambles. Trying to get as much together as I can. Which, I mean, it works. Never underestimate the shambles. Okay, now it's the lights. And I think that is it. Right, where's the middle now of these blueprints? Oh, I can't place them here. Oh, it's gonna do the bug, isn't it? It's saying that it's outside the blueprint area. No, it's not. Damn it, no. That's fine, but I can't see it in there, can I? I suppose I'll have to do that by hand, but the problem is, I need to place down so many of these, though. Have I got a plan? Yes. Is it gonna work? Firstly, how many of these do I actually need? Then I could do the plan. Oh, there's a purple slug over there. That's nice and handy. I'll collect that in just a memento. We need 1, 2, 3, 4 on each side. Okay. I thought your game just crashed, but you just pressed the Windows key. Oh dear. That's a good way to give yourself a bit of a jump scare. The last thing that I want to try and do now is load this original foundation. I'm not going to change anything. I'm just going to try and add something to it. Along the back here. Oh, wrong way. Over here. Forgetting I can't do that one. And actually, no, I'll keep that there. I just thought I'll make this blueprint a little bit more expensive. I have to do the concrete. Because it will make it look a lot nicer as well, so it is kind of worth it. And it takes 4 seconds to do. I'll then copy this. The blueprint designer. Then what we are going to do is select a wall. And place down all of our lights. And that's it. So I can copy and paste it on. It saves me just having to manually do it. It saves like a few seconds. It won't save tons of time, but time it will save indeed. Welcome Joshua, I hope that you're doing well today. Welcome to the... I misplaced that. Welcome to the live stream. And I get rid of that. How are we looking now? Lovely. Change you as well to a foundation. I keep typing concrete, but it's not called a concrete foundation in this, it's just called foundation. Which is a bit weird. So that... Wait, foundation... That's not... Oh, no, it is. So these are both called the exact same thing. Interesting. And load presets will go rocket fuel. And clear that again. Clear this again. How are we doing with storage space? Diabolical is the answer. Absolutely diabolical. So I'll chuck that into there. You could just go in the bin. With that there as well. Okay, right. Let's try this again. You should now have everything that I need in theory for this. You can go. Also, you have to go here as well, because I was sort of messing around with that there for a second. Did I make a mistake? No. Okay, let's do this. So you should have the wall. You won't have the wall. Okay. That's alright. So we'll come out here by 3. And have our little corner over here as well. Why are your highlights purple? I just like purple. Oh crap. Oh no. Let's do the bug now as well. This is the bug, by the way. Every single time I'm opening up my Hot Wheel, I'm not doing that on purpose. My build menu. That's a shame. That's been in the game though for years now at this point. It got fixed for about a week, then it came back. Oh well, let's get straight back at it then. There is normally a way that you can try and get out, but that time was completely hopeless. I was using my hover pack, but because it wasn't a jetpack, it was a hover pack, I couldn't actually get out of the water. I was basically just dead. Oh well, let's try and get back. Wow, look at all that work we've done in an hour. Although, to be fair, we were doing a bunch of logistic stuff as well, so it's not all complete waste. Okay, I probably should have equipped my jetpack, but no, we are hovering. Okay, nice. Can't select that, I can't select it. There we go. It's on the wrong mode. And we're back. Now it's time for the corner blueprint, which wasn't working before. Is it going to work now? Let's see. I'm going to need you. Then eventually you. No, that was the wrong one. Crap. I don't know what I just got rid of, but it probably was rather important. Oh well. Let's try. It's the wrong one. Good start. Better. And one of you. Okay. And a rinse and repeat. I'm out here by 3. Although I still feel like 3 is way too much. 2 would make sense. Because if I was coming out here by 2, I've then got the addition of the extra... What was it, 3? 3 foundations on both of them as well. So that's 6 foundations in total, plus the 10. So that's 16 foundations. That's more than enough. Even 1's probably fine. That's 5 plus the 6. That's 11 foundations. The corners. Although the factory is going to be rather large, so I think what I will do is a bit of a redesign, but the actual concept is going to remain the exact same. And welcome, Johan. Hope that you're doing good. You're cooking right now, and this is really fun to watch in the background. Keep it up. Thank you very much. What's for tea today? Anything nice? Is it beans and toast? Which, by the way, is really good. I know a lot of people haven't actually had beans on toast, but have it one day. It's a sensation for the taste buds. Hey, Joshua with the sub. Thank you very much. It's very kind of you. Thank you very much for subscribing. Welcome to the channel. I was just thinking there, did I build this in the right spot? In theory, I've got to line it up with here, so the answer is no. No. Let's try that again, shall we? This has to be in the dead center of the glass. And because we've got 3 of these glass panes here, the dead center here is the middle of you, so that should now be correct. I know it seems like I'm constantly like trying to reconfigure this area around, and that's because I only get one opportunity to do this, so I might as well just do it right. That is now better. Which also means you're not actually lined up with this. Eh. That's okay. That's fine. I think. Right. I think trying to actually design the castle wall would be a really good laugh. Not as in it would be fun to do, but as in it would be fun to laugh at me trying to do it. Because I don't know what I'm going to be doing for that. And let's just see how this looks like. I'm hoping for some industrial sort of look. Yeah, that's not bad. I mean, that's what I thought it would look like, so that's quite nice. Now, okay, regarding the lights... This could either make or break my day. Let's select you. Why are you that far back? Oh, because you're on blueprints. Okay. That's not dreadful. You're now lined up. Can I half nudge you down? No. Can I half nudge you in? Like that. You lined up. As long as you're lined up, that's fine. You're not. Oh, wow. That's ruined my day. So, I've got to do that by hand, I suppose? That's the level that I need you to be at. What about this? Oh, hello. So now you're fine. Yeah. Maybe I selected the wrong spot there. Why is it so dark here? Oh. Because what I've built is literally blocking the sun. That's how you know you've got yourself a very small micro build. When what you've built is block the sun. Oh well. Dear me, a little half nudge down over there. Half nudge clip. Okay, not the half nudge over there. You should now be in the right location. You're in the middle. You're in the middle. Fantastic. Welcome, Charles. Hope that you're doing well. I want to say thank you. Oh, thank you very much. You watched a video about cold power setup and you helped me solve your problem you had for 2 weeks. I'm glad. Everyone has their different ways of solving that problem. The way that I like to do it personally is just, well, like I explained in the video, basically. I think it was, I've already forgotten, 3 coal generators and 1 water extractor. And then underclocking the generators a little bit. It helps. It really does help. Although sometimes I'll have 2 coal generators, which I can just make in the blueprint designer. It just depends on what I'm trying to build, really. Okay, so that side's now completely fine. I can then come back in by 2. I'm glad, though, that some of the videos do help people. It's nice. That's what they're there for. One more of you coming inwards like this. So that corner's going to be there. Where's that corner going to come up to? Because I don't want this to connect. I want it to skim past each other in a way. So I don't want them to meet. Have I still got the thing open? I do. So what we are trying to build right now essentially is this. I don't want these black lines to connect here. That's where our separate road's going to be. So I somehow want to have one corner come down there, then I suppose go into another corner straight away. Let's see. You can definitely tell I'm making this up as I go along, but it's the best way to play the game sometimes. Just wing it. If it goes well, great. If it doesn't go well, blame it on someone else. There's one thing I've learned from history. If something isn't going well for you, blame it on someone else and make other people around you believe it's them. And you'll be fine. So you're going to come in like that. That's way too close. One. Oh, yeah, 2. Okay, that makes sense. So then you're going to come in like that. No, it can't be right. I suppose, no, you're going out that way, aren't you? Oh, wait, no. I think what I've got to try and do here is this. You've come forwards by 1. That's then going to come forwards by 1. Then you're going to go over here now. Like so. That's all good for that. Have a nice rest of your day. Thank you very much for tuning in. It does look quite industrial, yeah. Let's see if we'll stick with that theme. I'm going to bring you forwards by 1 on site. Yep. Now, is that too close? It shouldn't be. Good. So how far are you off by? Three by 3. And you're definitely central, right? Nothing's gone wrong, nothing's weird. No, I think it's fine. That looks like a square to me. Yeah, okay. So here we've got one straight. So it's corner, straight, corner, corner, straight, corner, corner, straight, straight, corner, corner, straight, straight, corner. Okay. Right. Then you and I'll just continue off in your separate directions. And this is how big one of the corners is going to end up being. Like the overall squares. I think that's big enough. I don't see a reason for it to be any bigger than what it currently is. Because this is a lot of room here. For activities. I don't necessarily know what I'm going to put in this particular corner. I want to try and build it up. How? Welcome, Dirk. What are we doing today? We are doing our rocket fuel factory. We are building the foundations for it. And trying to see how many machines I'm going to need for it as well. As of right now, we haven't done the machines part. But we have now completely finished this corner, which is great. In fact, I might as well try and record that very quickly for the YouTube video. Honestly, it's going to get dark now. It'll be very quick. Here we go. And our very first corner of the rocket fuel factory is now done. I'm definitely going to be trying to stick with this fort sort of theme, which is something I've never purposely tried to do before. Sometimes I've accidentally built a fort, but never intentionally. So this should be a rather interesting idea. Quick, 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 quick. Before it gets too dark to record. Oh no, it's happening. It's too dark already. Oh dear. In fact, I know what to do. I've gone with this sort of industrial themed for the outside, and I actually quite like it, although there's a couple changes I do want to try and make. Now let's look at these blueprints inside the actual blueprint design to see exactly what I've done. And then what I can do is off camera, I can record those blueprints I've just made, go into depth a little bit about it, talk a bit more about it, and then just include that into the video. There you go, great, okay. I suppose now what I've got to try and do is just continue you along a little bit. But then what I also want to try and do, rather than just having like a massive straight line, I want to try and have a few bits here and there that jut out. So this would be going straight, let's say for 3 or 4 blueprints, then a tiny little jut out by a foundation or 2, then back in again. That's it. And it'll be one blueprint big. Let me show you what I mean. The best way to demonstrate what I mean is by demonstrating what I mean. The lighting there was surprisingly good. I mean, it just so happened that it was dusk the second I was filming that, which in this game looks beautiful. Okay, so in theory what I want to try and do, if I whip out my editing software again, on this, the wall looks fairly straight, and I suppose it's still going to end up being. But what I want to try and do now is something like this. So we've got corner number 1 over there. That is basically it. A couple little things like that. This way, it's going to stop the wall from looking completely flat, and it offers a bit of texture, a bit of flavor to the project. That was my Chinese accent. Hope that you guys enjoyed that. Oh, we are now off the air in China. Shit. Welcome, Drake. Hope that you're doing good. Saw your post about Tommy. Yeah. Yeah. It's weird because, like, I don't know. It's weird because every now and then I have to remind myself, like, he's dead. Doesn't feel like it. Like, I'll come downstairs in the morning and I'll go to his room and obviously he's not there anymore. I look at his bed and it's like, oh no, he's not in his bed. Where is he? Oh yeah, he's dead. So it's kind of weird to get used to, but I haven't got a choice. Got to man up a little bit. Right, so this is how we're going to try and do this. It does suck though, I won't lie. Like, it's terrible. I suppose we have to come up by 3. Yeah. I don't want to do any, like, weird designs here. In fact, yeah, I do. I can't control myself. But no, this would be a very basic design. Get rid of that. Add you to here. Nice. Potentially having to get rid of this now as well. Let's see. All I had to do was just add a wall. That is it. And now I'm doing the... Oh, it's going to look nice though. Keep trying to convince myself it's going to look nice. It's going to look nice. Although I've got no idea. Never know it's coming. Yeah. The thing is though with Tommy, like for the last week, he wasn't himself. At all. He's been having health problems now for years. Like, for years. Unfortunately for the last... yeah, I'd say week, he's been struggling to eat any sort of food. By the time it came to when we had to put him down on Saturday, he was just bones. I was saying to my parents, like, it's not right for him to go on like that. I don't know if that made it harder or easier, though. Because on one hand, when it was over, you were saying to yourself he was in pain, it was the right thing to do. Then your final memories of him were just him in pain. He couldn't even get out of bed, he couldn't walk or anything. Couldn't even drink water the last day. I was like, yeah, no, this is too much. As I say, he's had health problems before, but he's bounced back from it. Constantly, again and again and again. Can't win every battle. Fortunately. Let's chuck that over there then as well. Then preferably, can I try and get these up there? I should be able to get one more in that corner. I just about can if I got the right angle. No. Okay, if I get rid of that, then do it again. It's a humid day today. Like, it's not warm, it's humid. Which is annoying. Right. Small concrete pillar. The angle you like so. Same review here. I don't know about this. I haven't done it yet, so I don't know if it's going to look bad or not. I'm not sure about this one in particular. In fact, you know what? I might get rid of just this one. Then that. I haven't been live for 2 hours, by the way, don't worry. To double check there for a second, because I was live for an hour, what felt like 5 minutes ago, so it couldn't have been another hour, but no, it wasn't. I didn't even know there was even fires in Canada. Is the stream lagging, by the way? I'm looking over at my editing software, it's like 5 frames per second. How is the streaming quality? Is the gameplay fairly smooth? Is it roughly 60 frames per second? Or is it a lot lower? Because it should be 60 frames per second. If not actually higher. Let me know. I can try and fix it otherwise. Yep. What else do I really want here? I don't want to overdo it. Because I always overdo it. I suppose just like that, but then it looks really just crap. You know what? Maybe if I just jut everything back, how would that look? Let's get the music back on as well, by the way. Okay, the music's depressing. We've got the depressing song. This definitely isn't a Justin Timberlake classic. If you aren't affected, then you don't need to worry about them. Yeah. It's a shame, though. I remember those fires in the Amazon a few years ago. They were really bad. There's always one bad fire a year, isn't there? And there's always the conversation of, is it climate change or is it just fires happen? Although I remember, well, I think everyone remembers, but the California fires? Yeah, it was the LA fires last year. And I think originally they were saying, oh, shooting stars. They were saying that it was because of climate change, and I'm sure that had an impact on it. But then they were showing clips of people purposely going out to set fires. Like, they would make it their day's mission to go and start fires around LA. And then it was like, well, I'm sure climate change has something to do with it, because it might have been hot, but the climate's always been changing. That's why we've had things like ice ages. That's starting a fire in your own city? I don't understand that. And they're the same people that probably complain saying that LA's become a dump. Or that certain parts of LA have become a dump. I wonder why. Yeah, those were bad fires. I think the reason why we didn't stop hearing about it was firstly because it was in a residential area, and second of all, every single content creator and their mum lives in LA, so because it was affecting them, suddenly it was really important. Also, it was affecting hundreds of thousands of people's lives as well that weren't content creators, which I was a bit more concerned about. And the pets. Right, let's try and connect all this together now. Add a couple of lights wherever I can, and see what this looks like. How's everyone doing over on the YouTube stream, by the way? Hope that you guys are doing well. Thank you again for tuning in on this brilliant Monday morning. Even though it's almost Monday evening my time. It's a Monday. Unless you live in Australia, then it's probably a Tuesday. Or Fiji. Or Samoa. You were the right level there. Let me try that again. Because you should be here. I was watching some rugby yesterday because England was playing against Samoa. And there's just something about the Pacific countries, I don't know what it is, but it's like they are just the most perfect human beings. Especially the Fijians, for example. Like, the Fijians are built like mountains, they can all sing, they're all nice, it's just... they're the perfect humans, really. They are God's final creation. Anyway, yeah, Samoa was playing against England, and England won, I think, 92-3. So it was a bit of a battering, but still, you know. It was women's rugby as well, not men's rugby. It was still entertaining to watch, though. Doing pretty good, I'm glad to hear that. I feel like I've built this wrong. How have I built this wrong? I'm the one that designed it. Can't be that bad. No, it's correct. Okay. Then what I want to try and do for this one, though, is have this come out. Why do I want that one to come out? I actually don't know, I just think it looks a bit weird, but I quite like it. I don't need an excuse for everything. I just think it looks kind of nice. Yeah, it was a very close game. It was a real nail biter on the edge of my seat. Rocket fuel. Straight. No, I didn't call it that. Damn it, what did I call the previous blueprints? Rocket fuel... Base? Foundation? Why did I call it foundation, though? I actually did, no way. Nice, okay. Oh yeah, speaking about dams, well, I don't really care much about the dam that I've started building over here. I want to try and finish it one day, but it's just not remotely important for what I'm trying to do. If I get it done, great. Brilliant. Wonderful. Lovely. However, I don't prioritize as of right now. Oh, I didn't do the lights. Feck. That's fine. That was intentional. I was just making sure that I named the blueprint first. Intentional. Why are you so... Oh, I know why. I made a mistake with one of the blueprints. I'm gonna do this again now. I got distracted. Are you in the right spot? Yeah, you're pretty good. You can go there as well. I think that's the blueprint basically done. Because you go all the way around the outside. You go all the way around the outside. Just like those two trailer park girls. There we go, lovely. The song. And this is what I've made the, not mistake, the miscalculation on. Not a mistake, it's not a mistake. It is a mistake, but it's okay. It's not bad, though. I think trying to figure out how many machines I'm going to need is either going to be a really fun task, or it's going to absolutely break me. So that should be really enjoyable to try and figure out. Oh dear, it shouldn't be that bad. The one thing I am concerned about, and I will be completely honest with this, is the fuel generators. I don't know how many fuel generators I'm going to need, but it's probably going to be in the hundreds. And that's most likely including a fully overclocked 250% fuel generator with 3 power shards. So, I might have to do an episode where I collect a bunch more slugs, even though I've got 700, I think? Shards and stuff on me. Save you now. You have been saved. And now we might as well extend you out here as well. To be honest, that is one problem with making blueprints like this. I mean, this one wasn't really that bad, but sometimes what I'll do is I'll make a blueprint, and I'll make it quite architecturally complex. And then I've got to try and replicate it 2 or 3 more times. So because I'm doing that, it then means that I often make a couple of mistakes because I build everything, well, the majority of it correctly. But because I've missed out 1 or 2 things, it ends up looking dreadful. That's what happened over here with my conveyor belt highway. It might not look it, but it was a bit of a nightmare to try and make and get all the pieces to fit together. It took us a good couple episodes at least, easily. Try and just piece together like a puzzle. And the thing that took so long was trying to make sure it was all fine. You love rocket fuel. Yeah, rocket fuel can be good fun. Yeah. Yeah. Worst nightmare last season. Yeah, that bug thing. Oh, man. Because every single project I do is always next to the water, because I don't like having to gather water from here than transporting it to, like, Nigeria. I'd rather, Gary, I'd rather get the water from here than bring it to there. That's it, just a very short journey. And that's the reason why I build next to the water whenever I need water for things. So, anyway, that's the story of my life over. Let's continue building this out. In fact, let's just very quickly select take from depot before inventory, because I might be consuming lots more resources here than what I would like. That's all good, Drake. Have a nice rest of your day. Thank you very much for tuning in, as always. Starting back to school. Oh, have fun. I'm sure it will be really enjoyable. You never know. That's the right one. Yeah, thank you for tuning in, though. And best of luck with the school. I've only built it one foundation back. Oh, that's fine. That's not a problem. And then basically just continuing this as far back as I need. 2, 3. Now let's just take a very quick break and see what this looks like. I don't think it will look terrible, but let's just see. Bear in mind, we are going to have castle walls starting around about here. And have some sort of entrance along there as well. That could look quite nice. Why am I building a castle? I don't know. Yeah, not bad. I think this definitely will start breaking it up a little bit. I was just thinking though, should I do this every 2 foundations rather than every 3? No. That was a good little thought session. 1, 2, 3. I don't know how far out I'm gonna have to come here. Like, this won't be a massive... I lied. It will be a massive factory. No. Okay, let's just leave this here for now. Let's make sure that you're definitely connected. That's fine. Now what I want to try and do, I'll very quickly activate this screen, don't worry. There we go. So these are all the resources that I'm going to need. Why wouldn't I build a castle? Exactly. It's going to be quite difficult because we haven't really got many resources to build a castle with. But I'll try and see what I can conjure up. What sort of hocus pocus I can spill on this planet. Okie dokie. I don't have to worry too much about you. Making 2,000 heavy ore residue. Okay. I haven't got any of these recipes actually, have I? Okay, my last brain cell just left the building there. Let's get a blender. Blender's out for Harambe. Yes. Okay, I have actually got your recipe. That's a relief. We'll times everything here by 100? No. Yeah. Damn. So I'm going to need 50 refineries just for this. Is that a lot? That's 50%, that's half of one. And 500, that's 5. Then again, another 0. Yeah, 50. Okay, we'll write that down. In fact, you know what I'm going to do? $50 ref to make heavy oil residue. Or lovely. Now to make our 4,000 water, we said something along the lines of 33. Yeah, pretty much 34. But then it has to be subtractable by 3, so let's say 35. No, that's not 36. 36. I don't know why I didn't just write water, but there we go. 36 of them. So that covers that. Now it's time for the 4,000 fuel. I am concerned about this because blenders are very... What's the word? Oh yeah, a pain in my backside. Wait. Oh, I haven't got the recipe for this? It's called diluted fuel. Damn. Okay, let's look it up on the internet if I can. Satisfactory fuel. There we go. Oh dear. Just regular fuel. There we go. So the so the recipe that I want to try and use is this diluted fuel. It's really good. So it seems like one blender can make 100 of these per minute, judging by the look of these. Okay, and I need how much? 4,000. So I need 40 blenders. Because 400 would be 4, times that by 10, that would be 40. Is that maths correct? No. No, that's correct. 4,000. I think that's correct. It sounds correct. And every 6 seconds you make that. 6 times by 10 is 60 seconds, which is 1 minute, which is exactly that. Okay, so that is correct then. So I'm going to need 40 blenders. Right. That's a slight concern. 40 blenders. That's how you pronounce it here in the UK. No, it's not. Then to actually make our rocket fuel, I believe that we're making... I have to get this out again, don't I? Rocket fuel. I'm using this recipe down over here as well. So I can make 150 per blender. So I have to do 6,000 divided by 150. This feels like it should go into each other. 40. Okay. So that's another 40 blenders. I haven't got all the raw resources yet to actually do this. In fact, I've currently got 0 crude oil, even though it's basically on my doorstep. Which is always really good fun when I don't plan for these things. Now, when it comes to the fuel generators, you lot, I've done this calculation before, and it made me feel nauseous by how much I actually needed. Rocket fuel, so divided by 4 points... I'll round this up eventually. But let's see, 4.16667. Then we have to do 6,000 divided by that. Oh my goodness gracious, great balls of fire. Just so we're all on the same page. That's 1,440 fuel generators. That's 1,400 of these. To be fair, no. If I speak, no, stop. To be fair, it's not that bad. So 1,400 and, what was it, 40? Somewhere close to that. Divided by 2.5. I can overclock it by 2.5. So we are looking at roughly 576 fuel generators. 576 fuel gens. I'm concerned about this. I'm not concerned about much of this, but I am concerned about this. Overclock, I have to, Dirk. Absolutely. If I don't overclock it, I'll be here until Christmas doing this project. I'd rather be done before Halloween. In fact, will I be done before Halloween? When even is Halloween? November 31st? Or is it October 31st? I think it's October 31st. 30 days of September, April, June, and November. All the rest have 31, yeah. So it has to be 31. except for February alone. That's the way I remember how many days are in a month. Learned that in school, never forgot it. Forgot every single thing I learned in my French class, though, except for bonjour. Luckily, my accent's really good, so it should be alright. Anyway, let's make sure you're connected as well. 600 fuel gens, bloody hell, man. And that's going to be taking up roughly a 3x3 blueprint, right? I've got a blueprint design in mind already. Should be nice and simple. Let's push you here to the side. Because you're pushing me to my limits. So it will be a 3x3 blueprint. Adjusting for logistics as well, it's basically 3.5 by 3.5. Blueprint-wise. So it's... Damn. It's basically consuming about 12 foundations per extractor. 12 foundations. So we're looking at 7,200 foundations of just the fuel generators. Right. That should be really good fun. I can't wait to embark on this journey with you guys. Oh dear. I suppose we can almost try and cover this up now. Let's just try and see how far down we can go. That's pretty good. Yeah. I literally have to try and go as far down as I can. How's that? That right there is pretty good. I just bounce out the water. If you land in the water then jump at the exact same time, it makes it look like you bounce. It's really cool. Completely pointless, I just thought that was pretty cool. But now you know. I want you to be concrete here as well. Good thing about concrete and logistics is that I feel like it makes it far easier to see what you're actually doing. Whereas with asphalt, especially when you haven't really got that good natural lighting, it's quite difficult to see exactly what you're trying to do and where you're trying to go with it. So this is going to be, hopefully, a smart idea. I don't have very many of those, but whenever I do, my two brain cells spark together, it's often a pretty good idea. Leads to lots of good things. Rip my concrete, by the way. We are gaining so much of it back. If I was to go AFK now, just for a minute, I think because we've got about 7-dimensional depots operating at 120 items per minute, we're looking at somewhere around 840 concrete per minute being uploaded to that dimensional depot. So we're fine. Concrete, we're honestly okay. Okay, great. Then the floor here is most likely going to be something. Yeah, we can go coated concrete. Not right now though, let me just try and get all my logistics down. Let's go from here. There. No. Now you're gonna be a bit of a nightmare, aren't you? Talking about consuming tons of concrete. There goes a few hundred of it. You gotta come up by another one? What? Wow. 1, 3. Oh, right, yeah. No, that's fine. Great. I believe you then come up to here as well. Yeah, okay, so everything here is lining up. That's good. Oh, those snails, they are now employed. Let's just say that. They're going to be very important to us. A very valuable asset. And you... no. Do this. There we go. Try and grab this and come down here by a bit. Then what I need to try and do now, just temporarily, is add this to here and try and figure out where exactly you're gonna go. As long as I can line up one of them, the rest are automatically going to be lined up. I failed instantly. Was that wrong? Oh no, you actually are wrong. No, okay. I accept my mistake, and I sincerely apologize for not being perfect. Yes. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. That's not enough. Why is it only 10? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Should there not be 11? I guess not. Right. Call, sulfur. See, okay, yeah, sure. Logistics, where is it? There you are. Pipe's too long. Are you joking me? It can cover all of that distance, except for the final 4 meters. Oh, that's fine. I finally finished watching season 5 of The Walking Dead. I think it only took me 3 days in the end. The cracks are definitely starting to show though with the filler episodes. I know it gets worse in the newer seasons. Well, I know it's over now, but the season 13... was it 13? I think it went up to 11, didn't it? Either way, there were a couple episodes where you could just tell they were filler. Like, we didn't need to know this character's backstory or what this character was doing in this location. Like, we don't care about said character. All the characters we cared about are dead. Yeah, I finished season 5. It was actually a really good season. There were a couple fantastic episodes in there. It's good finally being able to watch it again. For so long. I'm going to try and rotate this around so that we can see it from this glass. I think that could end up looking rather fancy. Why are you there? You're right, doesn't matter. I thought you were wrong. That's my fault. It's on me. You. Hello? I do quite like The Walking Dead. I haven't seen any of the spin-off shows. I watched 20 minutes, I think, of Fear the Walking Dead. I want to try and watch the Negan and... I never remember her name. Maggie. That spin-off looks pretty good. The Daryl and Carol one, I don't care about. Well, the Rick and Michonne one looks pretty good. We'll see. Something that I do want to see right now, though, is my conveyor belts. Has this all worked? I actually can't see because of that. Wow, cool. Yep. Nice. Why are you slightly different? I don't care. I do, but I don't. The final thing left to do now is our power, which honestly I probably should have done first, but I just didn't think about it. Wait, I thought I had power down here. Oh, I do. There we go. Right, so if I get rid of you, where's our power going to be coming down from? Here. Do it here instead. I'm not too, like, massively concerned about our hypertube here either. We'll just come out here somewhere. Okay, now let's do the decoration here on top, which shouldn't take that long at all. Let's make sure that you guys go into there, which, again, shouldn't take that long. If I do it right... There we go. Same thing back over here as well. It's 100 fuel per blender. Yep. That's what I calculated. So in total, that's 40 blenders. There's 100 fuel. I need 4,000. So 4,000 divided by 100 is 40. That should be fine. Okay. Overclock the fuel gens to 600% to make it 10 rocket fuel per generator to it 600. Yeah, I was trying to figure out all the maths when it gets closer to the actual date of placing down the machines. So let's see, if I get this done today, the logistics side at least, because I can't really do much until I get the crude oil across. So that's going to be tomorrow's episode, connecting all of our crude oil from down there. Actually, I can't connect it to there, can I? I think what I'll most likely end up doing is not dying, is getting a road maybe down from here, dragging it from there, at a corner, bring it straight down, having that then eventually connect with our other road, so then continue to go straight. The only problem though is this one rock is kind of ruining that idea. I have to see. Something else that I could try and do is have a very miniature blueprint underneath these pillars. Rather than the pillars going straight into the water, they connect to another blueprint first. That could be another idea. What I could then do is drag that out, drag our crude oil out to the middle bit here, underneath this, and then we can connect that into the blueprint underneath here, which then simply goes into there. That's another idea as well. It's 10 rocket fuel per generator. Yeah, again, we will mess around with the maths in a minute, but that's probably the conclusion I will end up coming to. So when I say in a minute, I mean not today. My brain cells are corrupted today. But tomorrow is Tuesday, so we still got a long stream that I can do tomorrow. Wednesday, I don't know if I'll be streaming Wednesday. I don't normally. Thursday, yep. Friday, no. Last stream will be on Thursday for the next few weeks. If you guys are enjoying it, then don't forget to leave a like if you so wish. You don't have to, it's just a way you can support the streams. Oh, that sucks. There we go. I don't want to make this particular thing here into a blueprint, because I rather enjoy building it out naturally. I don't want to make everything into a blueprint, but if I'm mass producing something like this blockade, this foundation, then I definitely will. Okay, so you're going to be done about there. Now, what are we going to do with this foundation? A part of me wants to try and bring it down by 1. Because I'm not really going to have much over here. If I'm honest. Because our main, like, again, quote-unquote, castle area, I suppose it can be around there. Although I could try and incorporate this into the castle area. But that's going to get designed tomorrow. Oh, no, I can't do that tomorrow, then. Unless I can start it tomorrow. Again, the very first thing I want to try and do tomorrow is the crude oil area over there. I suppose now what I'll try and do is design the blueprint that goes underneath here, which will then make that part nice and simple to try and do. Then we can figure out what I'm going to do in this particular area. Welcome, Hatman. Hope that you're doing well. This is going to be our rocket fuel facility, where we are going to be making 50 refineries, 36 water extractors, 40 blenders, plus another 40, that's 80 blenders, then 576 fuel generators to make our rocket fuel. We're making 6,000 rocket fuel per minute, and this is just the exterior of it. I've gone for a relatively basic industrial sort of look. Like that. It is a somewhat, this is the reason why the dam was there, yeah, it's a somewhat extension, yes. So, the dam was essentially there to act like some sort of barrier between that biome and this biome, whilst also bringing in a bunch of materials here. The dam is part of the same project, yes. But now the dam's going to be part of a future project that I'm planning starting around December time. So how am I going to do this particular blueprint? I want it to be really simple. Which luckily my blueprints are often extremely simple. Said no one ever. There. Okay. Yeah, hopefully it should be alright. I don't know. I don't know. I've still got no power over here, damn. You don't get a massive connection with this, do you? Oh well. Can I do this? I suppose no, because then if I was to add this reversed, the middle bit's just going to be concrete. I can't really have that. Unless I have some sort of glass layer in the middle, which I've already done a design for that. It's one of these, and I can't remember what. Nope. Nope. No. Nope. Nope. Oh, actually. Worst case scenario, then maybe. No. Oh, dearie me. It's one of these. I suppose this would work. This is exactly what I used last time as well in my previous playthrough. Hence why I don't really want to use it again. But the thing is, I used it because it works. Let's see. Where's the middle? Oh, you know what? We're just off of it. That's not bad. Although, I might actually overlap them. Yeah, I'll do this. So you're going to come out to around about there. Out by 2 foundations. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And bring you as close together as I can. Nice. So you then line up with that. Brilliant. That's what I was hoping for. But why are you out by that? It should be the middle, right? Yeah. Should be. Lower you down anyway. Here? Yeah, there's fine. It's annoying how this doesn't line up perfectly, but that's fine. Is there much I can do about that? One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Here. More foundation shapes. I've actually mentioned that in my update 1.2 video, which I haven't released yet, but actually I haven't even started recording it yet. That's definitely one thing I do want them to try and add. Oh, I've painted all this as well, haven't I? That's fine, I can just remove that. Add you to here very quickly. Then what I'll do is rotate you around. Like this, so overlap these two together. Like that. Okay. Well, that's gonna be too far apart now, isn't it? I'm gonna make sure to nudge it. I will double check how this looks. Just a moment. It's all fine. One. Do. Then literally get rid of everything here in the middle. That should be it. Great. Go back onto our customizer. Let's go asphalt. That's still fine. But the patterns were all sort of just getting in the way of each other. How's that going to look? Surprisingly, it actually lined up. No way. That's not bad. I think that will... Ooh. Oh, that was close. I think it will end up looking good. It would be nice to get easier ways to get basic construction angles, like 22.5 and putting 2 types of those together. Yeah. That would be quite nice. I want to try and work on this a little bit off camera, I think, you know. This doesn't look too bad. I'll just make sure that I can still get this in here. Oh, I knew it wasn't going to line up. Fine, that's okay. No. Luckily, it's a fairly cheap blueprint, so I don't really massively mind about that. I think this will end up looking fine. But the question now is, can I fit resources into here? It won't need many, just a few. Yes. I most certainly can. There. I can fit at least 4. And that's what I'm going to need, luckily. That is exactly what I'm going to need. So, in regards of trying to get an actual understanding of what I want to try and do here with this project, we've managed to get quite a lot done today, which is great. Tomorrow we've got a lot more to do. Crude oil is going to take priority. Then trying to design this castle with now this massive glass tower in the way is also going to be a bit of a struggle here as well. Regardless, this is a good start, and it's going to be a rather large project here as well. So I hope that you guys are looking forward to the grind. Thank you. I love when it does that. Thank you very much to everyone who watched over on Twitch today. I do greatly appreciate that. And thank you to everyone on YouTube as well. There's tons of people on YouTube today. So I do greatly appreciate that. I'll be live again tomorrow. If you guys want to tune in, that's completely up to you. But either way, thank you very much for tuning in. Have an amazing rest of your day. Thank you for watching. Stay awesome and stay safe. Godspeed, pioneers.